Now we're telling this little part of the story so we can see how this politic became Earth. Anu, because he's sympathetic with the humanoids who have lost, agrees to a marriage, the assigned telepath from the Orion queen Asa Uru, Ida. And Ida is from Rigel in Orion, and she has blue blood, winged Patau, 11th dimensional DNA. And so, meantime, Anu's regular wife, Urash, they have a son who is Enlil. There's some argument whether he came first or second, but he got the brotherhood primacy. He gets assigned politically to be in charge of the Earth experience later, because he is the elder in the Anunnaki numbering system to say who is the first son. But meantime, Anu's wife, Ida, produces Enki, who has some DNA that's high winged dragon, Patal, Quetzalcoatl. The whole winged dragon story comes from right here, the blood there. This is the bullet in the furnace. This blood behind Enki. Now Enki is not exactly a hero. He's a klutz. He rushes in where angels fear to tread, makes messes all the time. He's a rebel. He could be a double Scorpio. He could qualify. But he does have some very interesting DNA. So anyway.
Who is his father?
Pardon?
Who is his father?
Dad is Anu. This is Dad. Dad, Anu Antu, the king on Sirius A, is the father of both Enki and Enlil. But there's different mothers. This is called East of Eden, which is the name of the town I was born in. Yeah. Same dad, different mother, East of Eden, the whole story. And my brother's name was Michael. It really sort of fits. Anyway, so Ida gets jealous. The fact that Anu and Urash actually have a love relationship. Whereas Ida is basically an assigned queen there to do the telepath reporting back. And she was not actually supposed to have a kid. That's explained in Dune, yeah? Who was the father in Dune? Leto. He was not supposed to have a kid there. That was not part of the plan. These Reverend Mothers said, you did something illegal having a psychoactive kid. Oh my goodness. So Anu knows that he has to hide the psychoactive son, Enki. So anyway, Ida gets jealous of Urash and arranged for her to basically get killed. Enlil's not very happy about the fact that his mother got murdered by the half-wife. This is bad news. So you have a little bad blood between the brothers here. Do you see that? This is an ancient root. If you want to do shamanic recapitulation here, you need to know the family story. So what evolved here was Anu now has 2 sons, and he has lots of problems. His solution to this, first of all, Sirius A and the complex there is losing its atmosphere, and the gene pool is losing its implosion, so he has more problems than he can shake a stick at, and the guy's in trouble. But he persuades this culture to spend lots of money for an artificial genetic engineering planet called Nibiru, which is basically a metal artificial planet that's towed in behind asteroids. And in this case, it's a gold mining genetic engineering planet. And he learns that back on Earth, there's gold in them thar hills. Remember that not only was the Earth's, remember, I don't know if we didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about that. We have to talk about that. So location. That's exactly where we're going. Thank you very much. You got the kids are ahead of me. I like that. That's perfectly fine. So gold and psychoactive DNA both require star systems that are fractal. So you don't get gold and psychoactive DNA unless you got fractal star systems. So thanks for reminding me we didn't look at this yet. So here is the Japanese woodcut. Here is the 3-dimensional gravity wind that is the Orion sector. 2 light cones, Yod and Va. Yod and Va. 2 light cones, Ontarian conversion. Here's Rigel, here's Alnitak, Alanam, and Nantaka. Alnilam is called the central belt star, Telos 1 or Stargate 1, Bellatrix, Betelgeuse. And this is Rigel, Enki's mom's home. And so that electrical geometry, well, later we see that it's projected in flatland on Giza, 300 places on the Giza Plateau that map the Orion star map. There's a reason for that. It's a lens to project the charge field of group bliss by morphic resonance back into the home in the stars. So like the Romans built roads, the ETs built roads home. This is a road home, yeah? Alpha Draconis at Angkor Wat, and you have the Orion star map, and obviously the 3 belt stars of Orion perfectly fit the 3 pyramids alignment, and the center of the heart of Orion is pregnant. Stars are being born there at an alarming rate. So this becomes a morph structure in which I play the little animation. So if you were going into a lucid dream in the Great Pyramid and need your aura steered to a place in the stars, your aura seeks the place by morphic resonance that could... Here is the point we're making. I better stop this here. So remember, here's our implosion cone. And here, the solar system is right there. So if you calculate the right angle and declination astronomically, Pleiades and Sirius are at a 60-degree right angle declination with respect to the solar system. That's called, and here's Orion straight at the midheaven. You should recognize that cone by now. That should be familiar to you. This arrangement of stellar masses into the geometry of recursion creates a gravity wind, which the Hopis called Pesh May 10, 1 less than 10, the way of the 9, the deep space 9, and the 9 Atun who taught the writer of Star Wars, yeah, with Phyllis Schlemmer. So this gravity wind was navigable by these star navigators genetically, and this was a trade wind to motorize commerce among stars. Big bucks here. Money is to be made. You remember in Deep Space Nine? Location, location, location. The solar system had access to the fractality. So not only could you breed more gold, because gold only occurs where ley lines cross in a fractal, but in planets like that, you could breed DNA that could get more psychokinetic. Very valuable real estate, worth fighting over. So, anyway, I just finished a little animation since it's so much fun. You can see how that ability to enter that compression wave became the political agenda of the various Orion star maps. And we're going to show the other Orion star maps in a minute. But you see this embedding process here, navigating to the heart of Orion, and we won't play this whole animation, but just see that astronomically, this is pregnant. So obviously you're going to need a lot of gene pools to be squirted into here to create the gravity force to suck star births into sustainability. So whole gene pools are needed to inhabit the heart of Orion, because it is from there that star births can be made sustainable. In the high angelic magic, this would be called the birth of angels, the real Ophanum advanced. This is the movie Stargate. Again, advanced stuff. But so that geometry became Orion star map in the American Southwest. See Papu. This is again the Orion star map in the American Southwest. And this is the symbol called Antarian conversion, the universal symbol for Orion, and you see where that came from. We discussed it. There's a light cone. Too many movies, too little time. We're going to do him. We're going to do Stefan Cardino tomorrow. But here, see this? This is called Antarian conversion.
Do you have that slide in the books that you have, or in the CD you gave out?
Yes, this is all soulinvitation.com/Orion, which is on your CD, although this is a slightly updated version thereof, but yes. So you can begin to see the background of this story here, that they discovered that the Earth, being so fractal, has gold in them, the hills, and now they realize that A, their atmosphere is going away, and they think gold is the fix, and their DNA's implosion is going away, and they think gold is the fix. So they need the gold. So he persuades the Seraphim culture to spend a lot of money on an artificial mining planetoid, and manages to hide his son's psychokinesis on board, the first and second trip, I think Enki alone goes later. Enki and Enlil both go. And they arrive here and start the genetic engineering and gold mining operations called Sumeria. Sumer, by the way, means dragon in many cultures. S-U-M-M-A-I-R-E. As does Sanat Kumara. K-H-U Kumara. A Kumara, Kumodo is a dragon. Yeah.
Kama Sutra.
Kama Sutra, Kam Asa-u. Yeah? So, this ancient culture had arrived here with a genetic problem. Now, the standard order mining equipment there was the paramagnetic stone skill to use dolmen, a capacitor, to arrange them, and we talked about that if you put 6 powerful paramagnetic stones in the right symmetry embedded in the land, you can create an electric field that prevents cellular aging. And that was called Garden of Eden. The reason Sitchin says Eden means spaceport, but actually he doesn't understand how capacitance inhibits aging. And that's very important because, in fact, when they arrived here, they were expecting to live to be 5 to 10,000 years old. They arrived in the atmosphere of Earth, and suddenly, they're aging really fast. Oops. So they needed to discover how to prevent that aging. Sadly, this technology came from Sirius A, ability to build capacitors to prevent aging, and basically they forgot how to use it, the klutzes. Because one of the symptoms of this Nephilim fall, remember, the Nephilim fall has many symptoms. Loss of long-term memory was one of them.
Alzheimer's.
Basically. And loss of ability to lucid dream, loss of ability to take memory through death, loss of ability electrically to radiate capacitance to make an immune system in their babies.
Heavy metal contamination.
Yeah, exactly. That would be related. So, for example, when the Dracos screwed with the Khmer, the reticulum, which we call the Greys, they lost the ability to make an immune system in their babies. I mean, it's bad news, and we're going in that direction real fast as a gene pool,
So
unless we learn these lessons.